by council vote or other action on proposed budgets for fiscal year 2014-2015. We've got it broken down by 4 sub-items. First is revenue, second is expenditures, third is sewer department, and fourth is department transfers. And I'm going to propose last year, we did every single line by line, and I think that that's probably not necessary. What I was going to propose, if the council is amenable to it, is doing the budget by department. I think we're going to see that in most instances, the budget committee's recommendation and the town administrator's recommendation are very much aligned, and so there will be less need to go item by item by item, meaning individual line items. So unless anybody objects, I would recommend we take that approach. I think it may be in the past. So with that, I will turn it over to the town administrator and the finance director to bring us through the revenue portion of the budget.
Okay, we're going to start with the current year taxes, which we know is all based on the assessment going on right now. So we have a 4% tax.
Could I ask that you put the microphone a little bit closer so that we can all hear you?
So we know that we have a 4% cap, which would bring our total amount of current year taxes that we could collect at $30,790,000. Oh, I have so many notes outside. So our total amount of cap that we can collect is $30,893,512. We had Mr. Booth run us numbers today at our current rates, at what we had proposed, and at a slight increase. In order to get to our cap, we will have to raise the taxes a little bit. Minus our abatement, we would be able, the total amount that we could collect would be $30,176,511. That will keep us within our 4%. Right now, the town administrator has total current year taxes at $30,151,077, which is below that cap, and the budget committee has their number at $30,094,114, which is below that cap. And then the rest is.
I think it would also be helpful, Brenda, if we could make sure that everyone is on the same page when we talk about the levy cap. I think sometimes there can be confusion. My understanding is that the levy cap says that the town cannot bring in more property tax than 4% over the previous year. Now, there's other revenue sources, there's fees and so forth, which are not affected by that. But it's not, we're not talking about a cap, 4% cap on the rate. We're talking about the total revenue. So if our revenues exceed 4%, we're required by law to return that to the taxpayer at a lower rate.
Correct. So last year our number was $29,705,000. So 4% of that would be an additional 1.188, which would bring us to the $30,893,000. So we cannot collect more than that. From that, for the current year taxes, we take out the abatement amount and the collection rate, because we know we don't collect 100%. That's how we came down to the $30,177,000. And we know that's the most that we can collect. And like I said, we are right now under those for both the administrator and the budget committees. Current year.
So a little bit of clarification, if I may, Mr. President?
Yes.
So the $30,174,571 that the administration proposed is how much of an increase in taxes?
$30,150,000.
The $30 million. I have $30,174,571 on the handouts tonight. Current year taxes, administration proposed. Or are you using a different form than what I have? Yeah, it's only off by $2,000.
Yeah, we did get we did change our numbers by the state numbers, which got approved even though it's not been sent yet, so we did put them in here.
I'm just
So
looking
that
at
way
one
we
line
can
item,
look
just
at
the current year tax number.
The 31,745.
Right,
Yeah.
and you're at 30,176,511.
194?
Yeah, so we are.
$2,000.
Correct.
So that's the maximum amount?
Right, correct. Oh, sorry.
Madam
We
Clerk,
updated us.
could you indicate what the total dollar amount is of what the spending or investment can go to based on property tax? In other words, the number, the
Oh, the total amount that
total amount that it can go up.
it could only go to, that we could absolutely collect, 30,893,500.
But I'm talking about the difference between last year and this.
Oh, it's 1.188,212. That's the most we could collect
Okay.
above that.
I think it's a helpful number to have in perspective, because
Yes.
we're beginning with a budget that carried over from last year.
But there's also an issue with last year's budget, because last year's real estate taxes won't be realized if we have a $400,000 problem with abatements. So you have to make up for the $400,000 that you didn't have last year, plus whatever the increase is for this year, correct?
But no matter what, we can't go above that 30,893,000.
How are you calculating the 30,176 or 174? Because if I take the current year taxes that you have for the current, we budgeted 28,863,772. And if it's based on 104% of that number, you should only be at 30,018,322.
It's on 29,
This is as of 6/6, and this should be the budget we adopted last year. So if you take that number and multiply by 1.04,
no, we have to go by the before the tax levy from last year.
I would invite the budget committee
I
to
think
weigh
they
in.
took the net tax levy from last year that was certified and sent to the state, which was 29,705,308, and then multiplied that times a 4% increase, and that gives you the maximum levy, and then you minus out the abatements and the 98% collection rate, and that brings you down to the 30,177,000.
so which number's wrong? Because we got 28,863,772 as the adopted budget on the revenue side for current year taxes last year. If we certified at 29.7, then there's a $900,000 escalation there someplace.
No, they take the tax levy
Yeah.
is the gross amount billed, and then you factor in the abatements that are going to be granted and the
Collection rate?
collection rate. So that does bring you down to
What are you using for a collection rate?
98%.
Thank you.
And the total that we budget isn't necessarily the full amount. So after we get all the other revenue, that's what we need to flex to balance our budget.
You have to back into that, Carl.
Yes.
Yes.
Madam Finance Director, I have a question on that first page in the booklet, where the 176,956 is highlighted.
I didn't keep one for me.
Replacement motor vehicle tax. That must be updated for the state budget?
Yes,
But that column that it's in, the highlighted numbers in, at the very top, should that read fiscal year 2015? Admin proposed?
oh, yes,
Okay, all right, because I just wanted to,
yep.
thank you. Okay. We want to spend more time on the revenue?
Well, I don't think we should adopt the revenue budget until we figure out what the spending is. You need to back it.
Okay.
Any other changes besides that on the revenue, besides the motor vehicle? And I understood
yes.
right before I came to the meeting that the Senate did approve the state budget, so it's on its way to the governor's desk.
Okay.
That was at 6:15.
The meal tax change.
School operations, that's highlighted, did that change slightly, or?
It changed by $1. I think I had 117 and a 2018. The special ed, the high cost special ed, that did not change. The public service tax, I don't think changed. The hotel tax went down by a few dollars. The meal tax went up a little bit. And the housing, the group, tuition went up. It went down like $2.
Minor change.
Yeah, I don't know what I only have the, very small changes, yeah. So we wanted to put them in so we have that.
Okay, we're ready to get into the proposed expenditure budget. So what I'm proposing is that we go through department by department and focus on the bottom line of that department. And unless there are any wishes to go to a specific line item, or if there's a difference between what the administrator is recommending and the budget committee is recommending, we can have discussions. Otherwise, I would be seeking motions on the department bottom line. And,
Mr. President, could you just go slow because
So you
we're
can
trying to
capture
put into
everything?
here and into here, so.
I'll try to be mindful of that.
If you
You
give
need
us a couple
to send me a signal.
And also, would you ask someone in the audience to double
Double
check
checking on
to
our
make sure so
Okay.
that we have real concur before we leave?
Okay. So I'm going to begin with the line item for the town council and just point out that I think that the expenditure for salaries doesn't reflect the reduction that it was supposed to. I believe that I was supposed to take a reduction. It's not reflected in this. And for fiscal 2014, the actual expenditure is 10,000. So, I mean, it is what it is. I know we've traded some emails about it, but I just wanted to point that out.
Can you clarify that on that
Yeah,
file?
yes, I can.
In the beginning of the year, I had agreed to take a reduction that had to do with the appropriation that we made in the previous year for the good people.
I think it's that.
You did capture that before?
Yeah, yes,
Okay. So the administrator's proposed budget is $10,350. The budget committee's proposed budget is $10,350. I would entertain a motion to accept that line item at this time.
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Zawinski. Is there a second?
Second?
Seconded by Councilor Yazbak. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, and ask for a roll call vote.
Salas? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
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 Mrs. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion carries. On to the probate court. Again, the amounts by the administrator in the budget committee are identical at $8,364. Is there a motion to approve? Moved by Councilor Zawinski. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Alves. Any further discussion? I'd ask for a roll call vote.
Salas? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbak?
No.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. Next item is the town solicitor. The numbers are identical at $209,089. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Zawinski. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Alves. Is there any discussion? Roll call?
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
No.
Mr. Yazbak?
No.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. Motion carries. On to municipal court. The numbers are identical at $33,208. Is there a motion to approve?
I would like to make an amendment, or suggest an amendment, Mr. President.
Mr. Zawinski.
The judge's salary has been set at $6,000. It has not been expended 2013 and as of June 6, 2014. It's been the department's request to raise that salary 10% from $6,606. The administrator agrees with that. The budget committee agrees with that. I would like to suggest that we keep it at a 5% raise and raise it to $6,300, not a 10% raise. The motion.
Motion by Councilor Zawinski to reduce the judge's salary from $6,600 to $6,300 for a reduction of $300. Is there a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second for discussion.
Seconded by Councilor Yazbak. Discussion.
I discussed, I pretty much explained it when I was saying what I was going to vote for.
No, you don't have to, but I give you the opportunity. I'm not voting for it, but I want to at least second it.
So basically, I wanted to keep it to a 5%, not a 10% increase. It's not a lot of money, but still, it's the principle.
That would bring the total to $32,898. Is that correct?
That would be correct, Mr. President.
That's
32,908
908.
would be a $300 difference.
We have a motion that's been seconded. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee? Mr. Yazbak?
No.
Mr. Zelinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Motion carries. On to the administrator's office.
That's the first question.
Yeah, they should have, should be 32,908, no?
Yes.
Down to
So for the administrator's office, there is a difference between the administrator's proposal and the budget committee's recommendation. The administrator's proposal is for $125,994. The budget committee's is for $116,445. I would, as the council's agent, the budget committee, I would like to call on the budget committee chair or any other member of the budget committee to speak and explain why your recommendation would be different.
Well, the primary,
Would you mind using the lecture?
the primary reason is the change in the administrative salary. We budgeted $75,000, she suggested $79,844. We went with the number that we were told that that salary had been previously adjusted to, but the raise never became implemented because the person holding the office at that time declined it. So we went with the last number that previous council apparently had approved at some point in time. So that gives a raise of $3,711. The rest of the only other change, I think, would be the grant writer position. She requested 3,000. We're recommending 2,000 based on usage and the opportunity for the grant writer to actually have spent time in the office this year. So I guess that's about the only two line items in that budget that we have a difference in.
I think longevity may be one, maintenance, travel and duty.
Oh, longevity, I'm sorry, longevity on this line item represents longevity for the administrator. And we're not so sure that would be, although that's given to contracted employees under the municipal contract, we don't know if that would apply to an elected official. So we did not recommend the longevity.
Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Clifford or for the town administrator?
No, the line item, budget item I had a question about.
Sure.
The last item there, 413742, which is vehicle repair.
Right.
$1,500 is requested by the department. It was suggested by the administrator, suggested by the budget committee. Madam Administrator, new car.
Yes,
Yeah, well, that's
this
where I was
was done
going with
before
this.
that,
So
yes.
I would like to readjust that down to $1,000 from $1,500. I don't anticipate a new car having that much repair work. Okay. Yeah, well, maybe a tire here or there might have to be replaced. Just we know how she drives.
Well, if I said that, I'd be the
But I'm good natured with it, Mr. Yazbek.
Uh-oh. It's early in the budget.
The night's still young.
So that was, I would make a recommendation. Do you need to have a motion?
Well, I think that in this case, because there's differences, I mean, we could either...
Let's do line by line, Mr. President.
Do line by line.
Mr. President, before you vote, Mayor, if you were looking at the longevity, we did provide you with, I believe, an opinion from the Ethics Commission. They did an opinion based on previous administration individuals receiving the longevity, because we do follow everything consistent with the union contract, and they did rule, and I believe we provided that to you several weeks, maybe a month or so ago. And there was another administrator. The reason many have not is there has to be a 5 full year anniversary date achieved prior to, and most administrators didn't stay more than 4. So that's it. And as far as the increase in the salary, the only wonderful thing I was thinking about is that I have never had a salary ever, and I would like to see that increase so that either myself or whomever is elected next year can have something that would reflect at least what the municipal side of the unions have been achieving over the last 6 years.
So why don't we do this on a line-by-line basis for this department, since there are so many differences. On the line item for the administrative salary, is there a motion?
Mr. President, make a motion to increase the salary to $75,000 from its current rate of $71,289.
Motion by Councilor Zawinski, is there a second? Second by Councilor Alves. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
South? Yes. McGee?
Yes.
Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Valensky?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. On the item of the admin assistant salary, which is the same recommendation from the administration and the budget committee of $31,355, is there a motion?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion that be 30,000, because I understand it's not filled right now, and it would be a new person coming in, and you can't expect a new person to be making what the old person did after however many years of service. So I'll make a motion of $30,000.
Motion by Councilor Yazbek for $30,000. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Zawinski. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
South? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Valensky?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. The next item is the audio videographer. Listed both the administration and the budget committee recommend $3,000. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Zawinski. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Alves. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
South? Yes. Mr. McGee? Mr. Yazbek?
No.
Mr. Valensky?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion carries. On the next item, the grant writer position, the administration proposes $3,000, the budget committee proposes $2,000. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve $2,000, Mr. President.
Motion by Councilor Zawinski, is there a second?
Second?
Seconded by Councilor Yazbek, is there a discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Do we have anyone in that position? Because we only spent $263 last year.
Yeah, we do have someone, actually, we wrote 3 of the grants for the DEM, the trail grant, they were able to get that trail grant, we got $18,756 from that funds. They have 3 others that are pending right now.
But if we only expended $263 in the year, I mean,
It's just by hour, you know, how many hours it takes her to do that. She's very quick, she's been doing it for years, and, you know,
The
I'm
previous
glad to
year,
see it.
I'm sorry, the previous year we did expect 3,000, so it does
It depends
fluctuate
on how
from year
many-
to year.
right, how many grants we have that.
Pays for
So we just wanted to make sure that there were some funds available for the grant writer in the event that we had some grants that we could apply for.
Are there, Mr. President,
Yes.
are there any administrative fees that fall back to the grant writer for administrative fees, reporting? Do they report on federal plans? No? Okay.
So we have a motion, it's been seconded, we've had discussion, any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee? Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. Next item is the proposed longevity pay. The town administrator recommends $2,795, the budget committee recommends 0. Is there a motion?
Motion for 0.
Motion by Councilor Yazbek, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Zawinski. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. Motion carries on to education line item in the town administrator's budget. They, both the administrator and the budget committee recommend $1,500. Is there a motion?
Motion for 1,000.
Motion by Mr. Yazbek for 1,000. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Alves and Zawinski. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. Motion carries. Next is maintenance. The town administrator recommends $550. The budget committee recommended 0. Is there a motion?
Is there an explanation from?
Yes, could I, and I'm sorry, I was an oversight, I forgot not to mention it. They seem to allocate the maintenance costs to each department, but in that building, there are several other departments, and it was kind of redundant to charge that amount to maintenance to the administrator's office when you look at the square footage, and it's negligible. So, it's all in how they allocate the maintenance expenses, but we believe that the budgets of the other departments that are held in the town hall building cover the maintenance for the building, and that's why we eliminated it.
We take the total maintenance, divide it by 3, which there's 3 departments in the town hall. That's how we get the maintenance. I don't know.
Motion to approve 550.
Motion by Councilor Yazbek. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor McGee. Is there any discussion?
Well, you divide by 3 or divide by 2, I think you end up at the same number. Okay.
And also, when you look at the historical costs too, is what we look at.
Hearing no further discussion, roll call vote, please.
$550.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee? Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion carries. Next item is travel and dues. Town administrator requests 300. Budget committee requests 0. Is there any explanation from the budget committee?
If you look at what was expended this year, it was 0. And travel, she is provided with a car and gas, so.
Would you care to
Dues,
defend the truth?
I was under the impression that dues are for the Rhode Island League of Cities has done it. Then I'm
This is
fine.
what anybody pays over.
That's fine.
Is there a motion for 0?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Zawinski and Councilor Alves. Is there a second?
That qualifies, but if you need a third,
Okay.
I'll
Is there any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. The next item is for office supplies, both the administrator, there's a slight difference. Administration is requesting $650, the budget committee recommends $600. Is there a motion?
Mr. President, based on the average of 2 years, I'll make a motion for $600.
Motion by Councilor Zelinski for $600, is there a second? Second by Councilor Alves, is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion carries. The next is gas, oil, tires. And the administration is requesting $1,500, the budget committee recommends $1,500, is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Zelinski, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Alves, is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, and I believe that on vehicle repair, Mr. Yazbek is recommending $1,000. That was you? Pardon me. Okay.
Did you write it?
But if we have gas tires and oil up above, and we're on a brand new car with a bumper-to-bumper warranty for at least 24,000 or 36,000 miles, I'll propose zero.
Motion by Councilor Yazbek to approve zero. Is there a second? Second by Councilor McGee. Is there discussion?
I think you still have to do routine maintenance, bring the car in for servicing and the miles that are requested.
The gas oil tires right above it though. We just approved 1,500. You think you're gonna have to spend more than 1,500 on the vehicle? I don't think so. It's just, it's ridden around town, it's a couple of occasional meetings in Providence, but, that's why we bought a new car, was to save those things.
Gas, oil, and tires and repair would total $3,000. So we have a motion, it's been seconded, we've had discussion. Hearing no further discussion, roll call vote please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion carries.
Was that zero for that one?
That was zero. Zero for vehicle repair, correct?
Yes.
Right, okay. That takes care of the administrator's office. Could we have a total for the?
I have a total of 130, 650.
Okay. Everybody clear?
Is that jiving with your checker in the audience or whoever you use?
What do you, I don't know if she's you're not adding up totals, right? No, you're just writing that. She's
Or is
just
it
writing
just
down
your
so she
person?
can double check to make sure. It's Miss Brown.
Shall we move on to the town clerk's office? The administration and the budget committee are in agreement on a total amount of $131,449. Is there a motion to approve? Moved by Councilor Zelinski, is there a second? Seconded by Councilor McGee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. On to the planning division. In this instance, the administration and the budget committee are of the same opinion, recommending a total of $128,160. Is there a motion to approve? Moved by Councilor Zelinski. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor McGee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, the roll call vote, please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee?
Yes.
Mr. Yazbek?
No.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion carries. On to the Board of Canvassers. The administration and the budget committee recommending a total of $13,950. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Yazbek, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Zelinski. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee? Mr. Yazbek?
Yes.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes. On to the Finance Department, where there's a very slight difference between the proposed administration amount and by the Budget Committee. The administration is recommending a total budget of $199,046. The Budget Committee recommends a total of $198,291. So let's begin with the budget committee rationale.
Education reimbursements, we lowered to 800 based on what was spent in the past, and that enabled them to take it's based on the number of people in the department that can take programming in Excel, little mini courses in Excel.
And would the administration or the finance director like to weigh in on what you were requesting and apply that with warrant council?
Well, we have requested a little more. We are doing more classes with Graduate University. We currently are in the works, I wanted to get it in this year, for our basic accounting class, which we were going to open to the other departments in the town as well, and to move forward from there so that the people in the departments are getting the education. And it's about $185 per person for the class. And they come out to the town, bring their supplies and everything with them. So we did request a little bit more, but with everything going on, we haven't been able to actually get to the class. So
I'd just like to point out that $800 was budgeted this year and nothing has been spent.
yeah, we haven't had it. It takes a process to get
And that may be
going,
so, but I just speaking for myself, I think it's a wise investment in training, but that's one person's perspective. Anybody else have any feedback on this? Is there a motion to approve one or the other?
Make a motion, Mr. President, to approve $199,046 for the finance department.
Which would include the
That would
increase.
include the educational reimbursement of $1,555. I hope we take advantage of this.
Motion by
We
Councilor
have
Barnes.
where it's
Is there a
set to
second?
go, yeah.
Okay.
Is there a second? I'll second it. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Alves? No. Mr. McGee?
No.
Mr. Yazbek?
No.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion fails. Is there another motion?
Mr. President,
Councilor Alice.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the $198,291 of the budget committee for the finance department's budget.
Motion by Councilor Alice. Is there a second? Second by Councilor McGee. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Alves? Yes. Mr. McGee? Yes. Mr. Yazbek?
No.
Mr. Zalinski?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes, motion carries. Brings us to the tax assessor's office.